Today we are going to be making dishwashing liquid soap, and this liquid soap was made with just few ingredients. This is not the usual Texapon cooking salt formulation. No. Can you see how transparent our soap is? This soap does not only lather, it also removes tough stains and cuts grease. And guess what? One of the things used in making this soap is baking soda. Yes, baking soda. Now let's get right into the tutorial. So the quantity of water we are going to need for our soap is what you see me measuring into this bowl. We are going to be using just 1.5 liters of water. That is 1500 ml. Now after that, we'll go ahead and measure the next chemical needed. So we are going to measure sodium lauryl sulfate, which some people call lauryl rice, SLS rice, SLS grain, whichever name you know it, but the full name is sodium lauryl sulfate. This SLS help to cut grease. It acts as foaming agent and help to reduce the surface tension of the water. So we measured 70 grams of SLS. Now from the water I poured into the bowl the other time, I went ahead to take some quantity. You can take like 200 to 300 ml, this depending on the quantity of soap you want to make. So you pour your SLS rice into the water, then you keep stirring, just like you will see me do in this video. Now at every point of your production, I want to advise you, whichever formulation you want to use, please do not be in a hurry. I'm begging you. Let your chemicals that need to be dissolved, let them be dissolved, and the ones that need to cool down, let them cool down before you proceed with your production. To not be in a hurry when making liquid soap. So I will just set it aside and allow it to dissolve before we continue. Then another thing we are going to dissolve is our color. Please, I will always advise you, just like I used to do in all my videos, not to add your color to your soap in powder form. Like maybe you are done with mixing, the way I'm adding this soap and this color into the water now, you are adding it directly to your soap instead of adding it to water first. You might have yourself to blame. Yes, add it to water, dissolve it and set it aside. What if you add directly and your color happen to be a oil soluble color and not water soluble? Do you know we have oil soluble color? They are colors that doesn't dissolve in water. If you now go and add it directly to your soap, sorry. So at this point, our SLS rice is ready. Can you see how clean and clear it is? Then I went ahead to wear my hand glove. Please put safety first. So after that, we'll go ahead and measure the quantity of baking soda we are going to need for this production. Remember, for our SLS, we use just 70 grams of SLS. Please note, there is difference between baking soda and baking powder. This baking soda is also known as bicarbonate of soda. So when you get to the market, be sure of what you are buying. Do not buy baking powder instead of baking soda. Now baking soda helps to neutralize odors. It helps with the pH of the soap, and it is also an effective cleaning agent. So you go ahead and add your baking soda into the remaining quantity of water in the bowl. Remember, we took some quantity to dissolve our color and our SLS. So the remaining quantity, just add your baking soda into it and give it a good mix until everything combine well with the water. And that is what I'm doing in this video. You mix. I'm only mixing just my baking soda and my water. I've not added anything. You can see the reaction already, right? So keep mixing. If today is your first time of coming across my channel, you are mostly welcome. So after mixing, I went ahead to take my SLS rice, the soft and clear SLS rice. You add gradually and you mix vigorously until you are sure that okay, you can go ahead to do another thing. So right here, I keep mixing. If today is your first time of coming across my channel, you are mostly welcome. Please do well to join this wonderful family by hitting the subscribe button and put on your notification bell. So right now we are going to add our sulfonic acid. Please, sulfonic is different from sulfuric. Be sure of what you are using. So our sulfonic acid is also a powerful surfactant. It helps to remove stains, improve the soap texture and appearance, and it's also help with the foaming of the soap. So I'm going to measure out the quantity we use for this production. So that is what you see me doing in this video. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, put on your notification bell so that whenever I upload new video you will get notified. So for our sulfonic acid we need just 70 grams also. Then you add gradually into your mixture and you keep stirring. Consider I didn't pour everything at once. No, you don't need that. Just add it gradually, a step at a time. So that is what I am doing in this video. You add and you keep mixing. So can you see that our soap is already giving us a very good vibe already? So you keep mixing, guys. And to all my returning subscribers, I sincerely appreciate you for always coming back to watch and like my video. I appreciate you so much. Without you, there is no Lady T. Please don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. So the next thing we are going to add is our salts. Now you can either use the normal cooking salt you have at home, or you can use the sodium sulfate, that is the industrial salt. So they are both salts, but one is industrial for industrial purpose, while one is table salt that is consumable. So you can use any of the two, but for me I'll prefer to use the cooking salt. So I'll go ahead and measure the quantity of salt needed. Now we will measure the quantity of salt needed, and after measuring it, I want you to watch closely what I am going to do with this salt. Please, if you have not liked this video, give it a like, and don't forget to share with your loved ones. If you have not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. So for the salt, we are going to measure just 50 grams of salt. Now do not add your salt, everything, like do not pour it into it. Just watch how I will do it in this video. Now for your salt, you take it a spoon at a time. Like you get a spoon, or you just pour the salt into another container like I will do now in this video. I just pour it here because if I did not finish the salt, I don't want it to be a waste. I'm doing this for the sake of those that are not used to this type of method. So because your salt acts as a thickener, cleansing agent and preservative, but if the salt is also too much, your soap will fall back and be watery. Now you see that I only added a spoon, right? So I'll go ahead and be adding it spoon by spoon. So once I see that my soap is thickening up, even if I've not used the whole 50 gram, please stop it once you get that thickness you want. You know, this depends on the type of salt you are using, the quality, how exposed the salt have been. So the quality of our salt might not be the same. So this is the remaining one. I'll still go ahead and use it. Now if you notice that the texture of the soap has changed, I don't know if you can get that from this video. So can you see it? I've gotten the thickness I want. So for this production I use the whole 50 grams, but for your own you might not need it. Now I went ahead to take some quantity from the soap, then I'll go ahead and do the next thing to it. So after taking that quantity, I will add my color. So you are to add your color, your fragrance, and if you are using a preservative, let's assume this is another formulation, you add everything into this one you took separately. Please do not add directly to your main production. It might affect it and break the bond that have been existing between you among your chemicals, and your soap will come out watery. Now if you notice that some people will say, oh, my liquid soap was watery, then I wanted to thicken it with salt but it's not working, or after thickening it become with watery again. I want you to know that it is not every soap formulation that you can thicken with salt. No, if you made the soap with salt initially, you cannot also thicken it with salt, because there is a required amount of salt that you will get to, and the soap will fall back to being watery. So I added every of those mixture into this, then I'll give it a very good mix and pour it into a container. After pouring it into a container, then we move to the next step. So be careful when adding salt, when adding color, preservative. Do not add them directly into your soap. Now if you look at the base of this bowl, you will see that my soap is settling already, and you can see the transparency, right? But we are not in a hurry. So after covering and leaving my soap for less than 6 hours, this is it. It doesn't really take time to settle, because we didn't use much ingredient. Can you see how clean, transparent, and beautiful our soap is? Let's test the foamy effect and grease cutting effect of our soap. So this is the spoon I dip inside the other time, and I'm going to add water. This water I have here is more than a liter, if not like 1.5 liters already. So just the spoon now. So I'm going to add just some drop of liquid soap into this water, and we are going to wash plate that has oil. Then we will see it together. So at this point, if you have not liked this video, please, what are you waiting for? So guys, let me add a drop of liquid soap into our water. Then you will see it. I'm going to drop a plate that has oil into the water and wash. So in washing the soap, I was actually washing with just one hand, and that's because I was holding the camera with the second hand. So look at the soap. We have the plate, sorry, we have used the plate to eat, and there is oil inside. So I'm going to wash, and I've explained to you why I'm using one hand, so don't be offended. So can you see it? Even with the oil and everything, our ladder remains there. You can try this at home. You need just SLS, sulfonic, and baking soda. You have cooking salts. Thank you so much guys for watching this video to this very end. Please do not forget to like this video, don't forget to share with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.